Hello, and a very warm welcome. Thank you so much for dropping by this channel and this video. If you're new to all of this, an extra special warm welcome. And of course, welcome back to those who frequent this channel. So, what we're going to do today is a guided, you could say, meditation on receiving healing life energy. Now, I've been on the spiritual path for quite some time and looked at different paths, even looked at different religions, and I'd heard of the idea of energy, that there's an energy all around us that can help us. I grew up on Star Wars, loving Star Wars, so I kind of had this concept of of the force, an energy field that was all around us and could help people, but I thought it was only for like a highly advanced saint, a spiritual master. And I was shocked when I discovered that anyone, anyone can tap into this energy for health, well being, vitality, and even healing. When I first found this practice, my body was a mess. I had multiple serious, incurable from a medical point of view, medical conditions. And within a very short time, and I did this practice a lot, within about a 9-month period, I had 9 conditions heal. It was truly miraculous. One of them um, was PTSD. I would get these very, something would happen in life that would trigger a painful memory from the past, and I would have intense emotional reactions that were really debilitating. And after doing this practice for a while, that stopped. There was a period where it got more intense, and that can be part of the healing process. You can liken it to a purification, something coming up and out. And then at a certain point, that was done. And life just didn't faze me the way it used to. So, so the person who taught this practice, Bruno Gröning, said nothing is incurable, nothing is impossible. And it's my direct experience that that's actually true. I know many people who have experienced amazing healings through this practice. So welcome. So it's very simple to take in this healing life energy. Please sit with your legs uncrossed, feet flat on the floor, hands on your legs, palms facing upwards. Back in a relaxed upright position, if possible, not leaning against your chair, and then close your eyes. That's the physical preparation. Then inwardly, please be open to the idea that there is such a thing as life, sacred life energy, and that it can actually heal. You don't have to believe it. Oh, it's helpful if you do, but what you do need is to be open to that idea. And then open yourself, your being, your soul, your mind to receive that energy. Have the intention to receive it, to take it in, and observe your body with that intention, noticing what you feel. Once again, bringing your attention to your body, noticing what you feel while having the intention, the will to receive this energy. So we'll be sitting in silence. Every now and then I'll bring forth a reminder. Just bringing your attention back to the body, noticing what you feel. If your mind is running all over the place and it's hard to focus, then you can focus on your breath or repeat a short prayer or mantra. And the practice is to observe the body. Noticing what you feel. Focusing on taking this energy in. Just keep bringing your attention back to your body and back to this intention to receive. Just pulling our attention back to the body, taking in this energy. Just keep coming back to this sacred, really, intention to draw in healing life energy and be freed from everything not good, everything that interferes with us having a good life. Noticing what you feel, observing your body. Really taking this energy in with openness, faith, or trust, that it can heal. Bruno Gröning said, the person who taught this technique of tuning in, the further a person withdraws from God, willingly or unwillingly, the less life there is in his body, and his organs do not function as they should. He has lost contact with the great divine source of his energy, and eventually he even loses what little remains. Cut off from the power of God, his body becomes a wreck. Now, first of all, to anyone who's new, you may hear that you may notice I use the G word, God. So Bruno Gröning spoke of God in a very different manner than the average thing you'd hear in a church. First of all, he said God is everywhere and in everything, and that God is goodness, life, aliveness, existence, being, and that God never punishes. So he put forth a very simple yet a radically different idea that God is literally all around us and inside of us, and simultaneously our loving parent. And Bruno Gröning pointed out that as human beings, despite all our technology, we're actually completely reliant and dependent on God. As he said in what I just read, that we need connection with the divine power source. What actually powers these bodies? Bruno Gröning said with, very simply declared, divine energy. Without the vital life force, there's not enough not enough energy to even move the lungs to take in air, much less to lift the fork to eat food. That our fundamental need is this vital life force. And Bruno Gröning, in that quote I just read, he described what happens when the individual withdraws, pulls themselves away from God and actually from nature as well. That without that divine energy, the body just degenerates because it's designed to operate on this energy. And in my view, and this is actually Bruno Gröning's view as well, the state of the world we see is nothing more than people withdrawing from this divine energy source and trying to live without this energy, without God, and trying to live separate from nature. It's actually quite simple. And in the absence of that, then a negative force comes in and life becomes unfun for us as individuals and us as a human race. The solution is very simple: turning back to this divine power source, turning back to nature. Now, this is not necessarily an easy process for us as individuals, much less for the human race. And yet, it's what we must do if we want to have a good life. So really what I've just shared here today is the essence of what Bruno Gröning taught. There are a few other topics he spoke on that are very important. The power of thinking, the importance of having faith, the need to have a spiritual helper who can help you on this path. And I'm not such a person. I'm just someone sharing this information. A truly, you could say, a master, such as Jesus. And Bruno Gröning never referred to himself as a master, and yet, having studied his life, it's quite clear that he was. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining in. To anyone who's new to this channel or information, I want to say congratulations. This information saved my life and gave me not just this information, but this way of looking at life and navigating life. Not only saved my life, but it's given me what I've always been looking for, a connection to God and an understanding of who I am and what life is truly all about. And in essence, what I've come to understand through these teachings and through this practice, what life is really all about is drawing closer to the divine. Our own individual healing and spiritual growth, and then service, helping other people draw closer to the divine and heal and grow. That's really all light, and that this process is meant to be joyful. But when we pull away from the divine, it becomes very unfun, sometimes miserable, very quickly. So thank you so much for joining in. If you'd like more information, you can see my website, and there'll be a link listed below. And very warm welcome to Serene Within and Jisoo. The day this video was recorded, it's Canada Day. So to all Canadians, happy Canada Day. And let's make it universal to all Earthlings. Happy Earth Day. You have one more day of life on this beautiful planet. And let's make the most of it. Thanks so much. Much love.